Welcome to Waratah League TV, brought to you by Molten. I'm your host, Keyan Kramer. Round 2 showed us a lot of things. 1, you can't take anyone lightly in this league, and 2, even the best of the best can be beaten. Bankstown had the pleasure of hosting their home fans twice in 2 days. Unfortunately for the Bruins, in their first match, they lost to Hornsby 71-68. Culver Gruel made sure that the home fans will continue to be disappointed after Bankstown's slow start to the season with 28 points and 10 rebounds. The Bruins knew they had to kick themselves into gear when they took on the Hills Hornets, and they did so largely thanks to veteran Steve Markovich. 35 points in 38 minutes has a nice ring to it, and with the help of Nick Pozoglu's 20 points and 13 rebounds, it was never in doubt. The Central Coast Crusaders couldn't put their opponents to the sword as they lost their double-header matches. Manly swooped on the lack of solid defence by Central Coast and recorded an 86-66 victory. Captain and inspirational leader Luke Cooper gave the Northern Beaches a match to remember, helping himself to 15 points and working hard to find the open man with 12 assists. Mitch Rowder knew he had a lot to do to live up to his reputation and import status. 38 points in 40 minutes wasn't enough to beat Maitland. The Hills Hornets loved playing at home, and it was evident as they stopped new import Dane Suttles and stung the Hunters. Emils Ducelis had the green light to shoot the ball, and he did just that, scoring 20 points. The Sutherland Sharks felt the shallow end on Saturday night, losing to a North Sydney Bears side 77-71. The Bears were switched on last round, and this week was no different. Credit must go to Sutherland and their defence, limiting the Bears to 25 points less than they scored last week. The Comets shone like their shooting star namesake for their first match of the season. Maitland couldn't keep up with the star-studded outfit. Tyler Munro may have still got a double-double for Maitland, but it was the job of big man Tom Dawson that limited his options. Indiana Faithful returned to where it all began for him, and boy did he play well. His composure and leadership helped the Comets settle things and make a score as needed. Moving down south to the Division 1 men, last year's grand finalists St George took a trip down to Bomaderry and were swept away by the Shoalhaven Tigers. The home side cracking the century after full time, with the triple threat of the Oslands brothers giving the visitors something they won't be forgetting in a hurry. The Bankstown Bruins are sitting pretty after a weekend double, defeating the Hornsby Spiders on Saturday at the Bruins Lair. Then backing that performance up on Sunday, getting on top of their crosstown rivals, the Hills Hornets. The Manly Warringah Seagulls, a new entrance into the Division 1 men competition, have been able to pick up their second win, downing the Crusaders at home. Timothy Hill and Jason Taylor going head-to-head in that battle, with the Crusaders finishing the round winless so far this season. And in a local derby, the Springwood Scorchers were able to defeat the Hawkesbury Jets on the road, with Nathaniel Bennett and Anthony Coggan all tied up on 16 points each, while Sutherland stole the show, getting a game-winning buzzer beater for the road win. The rest of the weekend saw the reigning premiers, the Sydney Uni Spiders, continue their winning ways, hammering the Bears at home, while the Thunderbolts and Canberra were all able to pick up wins in round 2 of the season. The Sydney Comets put on an absolute show for the Maitland Mustangs, running away with a 29-point victory at Alexandria. Take the scoreboard out of the game, and it was a huge performance from both sides, with everyone hitting the score sheet. Although Themi Pansouris was untamable, scoring 25 points, 7 of those from outside the arc, and finishing with a squeaky clean rap sheet. While Maitland weren't able to get the weekend split, going down to the Crusaders at home. The Hills Hornets also had a doubleheader this weekend, firstly holding out the Penrith Panthers at home, with Adam Luca going up against his old side and coming out on top in that clash. While they went down the road against the Bruins, Ramon Cow outclassing the visitors with 28 points. The Youth League stepping it up indefinitely this week, with Manly defeating the Crusaders at home. Tommy Akamamoy, Michael Lakic, and Lockie Clark going basket for basket, while Bankstown, Blacktown, Norse and the Crusaders picking up wins. Now to the Division 1 Youth League women. The Central Coast Crusaders are still high and mighty early on in the competition, defeating the Hawks at home and the Sutherland Sharks on the road. Charlie Evans proving to once again be a standout within the league. While the reigning premiers, the Penrith Panthers, might have something to say about that after they defeated the Bears with ease on Sunday. Natalia Beaumont and Emily Potts teaming up for a nifty 31 points, with the Spiders downing the Razorbacks on the road to round out the weekend. Moving on to the Division 2 Youth League men, the Bathurst Gold Miners have by far had the win of the round. Matt Gray taking the spark out of the Scorchers' flame with a massive 49 points. The New South Wales State player making a serious name for himself. St George have continued their solid start to the season, with the side defeating the Hornsby Spiders on the road. A few players ending with double digits, but once again, John Taglini finishing on top with 25 points. The rest of the weekend seeing Hills, the Razorbacks, and Newcastle finishing the round on a win. That's it for round 2 of the Molten Waratah League. Get ready for Friday when we take you through our Women's Championship preview with some special guests.